Hello, this is Mr. Bing. It is October 22nd, 2020 at 10:13 a.m. We are in second block with Introduction to Engineering Design, the first course in Project Lead the Way. The assignment that I'm trying to go over, or the piece of the assignment that I'm trying to go over right now, is 1.2.5, which is revolutions and fillets, which are two additional tools, or two tools that we are now learning in Autodesk Fusion 360. This assignment builds on 4 previous assignments, which is isometric sketching, which I think you see right here. This is an isometric view. And then after isometric sketching, there's 3D modeling, which clearly we're at that point. And then there's multi-view, which you see here. There's the isometric view of this part. And then there's the top, the front, and the side's missing, but I am telling the class that they have to make that side view on paper, on pen on paper of this, and then also the 3D modeling of this. So both hand sketch and computer modeled sketch. And then also what this is leading into, you got the isometric view of the part, you got the multi-view of the part. You notice there's dimensioning. We're going to do dimensioning as well. And then there is the new assignment, 1.2.5, is adding the revolution tool and the fillet tool. And I'm going to make a attempt to do that. I made a video like this yesterday, and it was wonderful. I did a great job. Everybody learned everything they should have learned, and there was no audio recorded in that video, so it's pretty much a waste. So let's see if I can do this again. I'm going to open up Fusion 360 for the first time. Well, it's not really the first time, but it's the first time for this project. And so when I open a new project, I always like to have, literally in the program, they have projects. And then within those projects, they have folders. And I'm not exactly sure the relevance of all that, but it is there. That is what they do. Let me see if I can do this. If this is, I don't know if that's useful to anybody, but so when you do something new, and what I want you to notice is none of my work is there from the past, because I always delete it. I delete everything because I get confused about what's there and what's not. So if I delete everything, I know that there's nothing there. And then I can start fresh. And even if I need to redo something that I've done before, doing the redo builds on those skills and makes me better at it. And what I've noticed is that something that takes an hour to make, when you redo it, when you try it again, it takes 5 minutes, because you get so much better at it. So anyway, new project here. I'm going to call this new project IED for the name of the course, Introduction to Engineering Design. 1.2.5 is the number. WBM are my initials, and I'm just going to call this part 1. Well, no, I'm not going to call it part 1, because this is the overall project. I'm going to make a part inside of this project. So I suppose I push enter. Yeah. By the way, those of you who are not paying attention, that's cool. Don't. Do your work. Those of you that are halfway listening or looking at what I'm doing, when you see me do something wrong, please tell me. Sometimes I ask myself questions that are somewhat rhetorical, but sometimes I ask questions like, what do I do here? And then you can answer that if you'd like to. So I just made that project, IED 1.2.5 WBM, and now I open the project, and for some reason that I don't understand, I'm going to make a folder within that project, and I'm going to call this IED 1.2.5 WBM. I don't know what else to call it. So now I have a project that's called IED 1.2.5 WBM, and then I have a folder inside that project, which is IED 1.2.5 WBM. And guess what? I'm gonna go in that folder, and I'm going to now create a new design. So I'm making a design. In the old days, we call it a part file. They call it now, because it's 2020 and the world has changed, we call it a design now. So I click on design. And what I would ordinarily do is make sure that well, I guess I should always do this, make sure that the settings are, or the units are set to inches, which is the default that we have made for the designs in this course. But unfortunately, even though I set my default to inches, in this particular part, or this multi-view of this part, it says all dimensions are in millimeters. So I have to do that. And I forgot to do that yesterday. So of course that was I don't know if it was a serious error, but it was an error. And I had to deal with the consequences of that error. And so change it to millimeter. Okay. And so I guess I'm good to go with this. I'm looking at this, and I see that it's sort of the cylindrical part. It's got this thing sticking out of the top of it. It's got these curved sides on the bottom of it, which you can see in the front view. It's got these little those are called chamfers. And by the way, these little curvies are called fillets and chamfers. That's part of the point of the assignment. And then also with the skills that I've had in the past, what I could do is just make a circle and then extrude it. When you make a circle and extrude it, it becomes a cylinder. But that's specifically, they specifically tell you not to do that. They tell you, but you can, in the future, whatever you want to do to make a part, there's a million ways, but they tell you not to do that. Instead, they tell you to make a revolution. And the revolution is a tool in Autodesk Fusion 360. And so what revolution means is that you take a two-dimensional sketch and then swing it around itself, and the sweeping motion creates that two-dimensional sketch into a three-dimensional solid piece. And so as I look at that, and as I think about what I just said, I'm thinking, well, that cylinder a rectangle can be revolved around itself to make the cylinder. And that's what I'm going to do here. Think of a door on a hinge. And then if the door turns on the hinge, that sweeping action is what I'm talking about, except in this case, the door would go all the way around. Maybe it's more like a revolving door, like at St. Luke's or Lehigh Valley. Those hospitals, I don't know which one's which, but there's the whole industry in Lehigh Valley has switched from steel to medicine. So anyway, when I'm looking at this, the dimensions here tell me that the full circle of that cylinder has a diameter, that symbol means diameter, of 40 millimeters. So I'm going to make a sketch in this plane. And I'm going to make, I don't see all the tools. Maybe I need to maximize this screen. There we go. There's the tools. And so I want to make a rectangle from the origin. And well, I don't remember what size I want it to be. So if I go back to this, and the size of it was a diameter of 40, which in terms of this rectangle, if you can visualize what I'm trying to do here, that's going to be a width of 20, because I really want the radius for this sweeping revolving action. And then I also have a height of this rectangle, and I have to look at this view. I hope you can see this in the recording. I have to look at this view, which is a 30 millimeter height. So when I do this, if I don't know, do I click it? I shouldn't have done that. Don't click it until you've got the dimensions in there. I undid and nothing happened. Oh, okay. So let me try this again. If I can remember, I don't remember actually. If I did remember that it was a radius of 20, it is a diameter of 40, but a radius of 20 is what I need, and a height of 30. A radius of 20. Now what do I do here? Do I do that? Darn it, I did it again. Undo. Undo twice, apparently. Okay. Remarkably, I have sort of rehearsed this. At least I've done it before. Okay, that height is a 30. I can... okay, there, yeah. The height is a 30. I can literally type that in and then push tab. And then this width of it, because I'm basing it on the radius of that cylinder, is 20. And there I've got that. And then I click a finish, and there's my little rectangle, my two-dimensional little door that I'm now going to revolve. And look, there's a revolve tool. And on the revolve tool, which I can't really see those, I'm sure there's settings that are relevant there, but I'm going to try to pick this thing, but I want to pick the particular side that I'm going to revolve around. And I think, I don't know if anything's happening. I think it's that one. Oh, it like totally worked. And so I'll press OK. There's the cylinder. There's the cylinder of this part. There it is. And it has a radius, or it had, now there's a full diameter because I swept it completely around. It's a full diameter of 40, and then the height of that cylinder is 30. There's other features now I need to think about. And so one of the feature that sticks out to me right now is that they've got this rectangular extrusion looking thing, and according to the dimensions, it is 10 millimeters wide this way and 10 millimeters wide this way. It's a 10 by 10 square. However, it's anchored, so to speak, right on the center of the circular piece. So from that anchor, it goes 5 this way, 5 this way, 5 this way, 5 this way to give you the 10 by 10. And the reason I'm emphasizing the 5, 5, and the 5, and the 5, four fives, I guess, 5 away, 5 up, 5 left, 5 down, whatever. So the reason I'm emphasizing that is because when I make this part, I'm going to make a new sketch on that surface, on the top of the cylinder, and instead of a rectangle that's corner to corner, I'm going to cancel that. How do I cancel that? What is that? Finish? No, not finish. Cancel that. Okay. Instead of a corner to corner rectangle, which is pretty much the traditional way to do it, I'm going to do something else, which I will try to figure out. Rectangle, not a corner to corner. That's a 2-point rectangle, not a 3-point rectangle, but a center rectangle. And so if I go here, and I don't know if this is snapping, I'm hoping. Snapping means that it finds the origin and just snaps right onto it. Maybe that's happening. So I'm going to click there, and that makes the center. Center. Why is nothing happening? The center. Let me try this again. I'm using two computers to do this, and okay. There we go. And I get a little lag on the mouse. By the way, the computer that's taking this video, I'm not manipulating that computer. I'm manipulating the computer that's projecting up on the screen. And so now that I'm making a rectangle that is based on the center, you notice that it looks a little bit different, but it still has a height and a width. And I can't read what that is, but I'm gonna punch in a 10, and I don't know if anything happened. Let me try it again. 1, 0 is 10, and then tab, and then 1, 0 is 10. And then, yeah, so now I have a rectangle, or a square. It turns out to be a square. And I finish the sketch, and I look at the home view, and we're getting somewhere. Now I really hope to, please tell me the audio is on in this recording. This is what happened yesterday. I did all of this, and it was actually better yesterday. No audio. No audio. Okay, this thing has got to extend upward now 15 millimeters. So I'm going to make an extrusion of that 15, right? 15. Yay, this is working out. So yeah, I did that. And then there's also this sort of curvy. You notice that this is what I call a hard corner, a sharp corner. And we want sort of a soft curvy corner. And so that soft curvy corner is shown in this view as an R5. R5 was the name of the band in Austin and Ally. You remember that show, Austin and Ally? I loved Austin and Ally. That whole friend zone thing. And then they fell in love. I love that. Friend zone. No. Anyway, so R5, the curvature here is a radius of 5. And so if I choose the fillet tool, if I can find the fillet tool, looks like maybe that fillet, yeah. And I need it to be 5. I don't know where do you put the 5? I don't see it. I don't see where you enter 5. Okay, maybe I'll just click on that. And now it's time to enter 5. Okay, and I'm sure there's a way to do multiple fillets all in one function, but I didn't figure out how to do that yesterday. So I'm just gonna move on and then do it again and again and again. I got to do it 4 times. So I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna be 5. And then I'm gonna swing this around, little view cube action, swing it around to that side. That's pretty cute. And this do that one and make it a 5. And then there has to be a way to do these all in one action rather than, I think I might sneeze. Thank God there's a mask on. Okay, well, look, Tanner, pretty good, right? I almost feel like, Cam, I'm getting capable of doing this and actually explaining it so that you guys benefit from it. I have noticed that your skills are better than mine. Anyway, so now I'm getting somewhere with this. But what I haven't gotten to yet is this little thingy down here where it's got this 30-degree angle. It's like a fillet, but it's not a smooth curve. It still sort of softens the corner, that it's not this hard corner here. It still does that, but it gives it an angle here. And let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I know it's here somewhere. That's a fillet tool, which is not quite the same thing. Let me get a modify action here. Chamfer. Now, I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know what to do. There's a chamfer, and what are the options there? What does that say? Select? Okay, select. I'm going to select that. I don't know if anything happened. And the distance, what's the distance going to be? The distance of the chamfer. I don't know the answer to that. The distance of the chamfer. I mean, it says 5 here. I don't know if that's the distance of it, though. Okay, the distance of the, what's happening? The distance of the it's a 5? Nothing's happening. I got a Bluetooth keyboard that sometimes is temperamental. 5? That's the wrong, I clicked on the wrong edge. Okay, undo. Undo is your friend, by the way. Another friend of yours when things don't go right is just start over. Start over is your friend. So let's go chamfer again. Chamfer, except chamfer is this one. And I'm going to push. No, I don't want a 5. I don't want a 5. I don't know what these things say. Equal distance. Distance. I don't know if this is the right thing, but I'm going to push 5. That does not look right. That does not look right. Does it? Does it look right? It does not look right. I don't know what to do, and I don't have time to figure it out. So let's just pretend that that's the right way to do it. And then we get that, right? And home view of that and look around a little bit. Yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful, sort of. It mostly looks like this. It's not. I can tell already that's an error. But yeah, it doesn't look like that. But I'm going to move on because we're just learning. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to make this part at all. You can make whatever you want as long as there's, chamfers and revolutions. And look, I forgot a fillet there, evidently. I might have undid it. There we go. It's back. Okay. All right. Now, what do I do with this? I guess I save it maybe. I'll save it later. What is that? File? What is that? Save? I'll save it later, or I'll save it now. IED 1.2.5 WBM. That's my initials. I don't know if that's, I can't see very well. Part 1. Okay, and then I'm going to make a new thing. I'm make a new thing called a drawing. This is where you do the multi-view. I have no idea what any of this says. A sheet. Okay. Yes. Okay, there's a drawing. It's not really the sheet I want, but I don't have time to figure it out. It's defaulting to the front view. And Sam, this is where things are going to go awry, I predict. So there's the front view. And okay, there's the front view. And then I'm going to make the multi-views. I guess that's over here. And I'm going to select that and multi-view it that way. So that's the front and the side, which, are pretty much identical in terms of view. And that is the top, but it looks like the bottom to me. I don't know why. Sam and I discovered that you put the top underneath the front and it looks right, which obviously is the wrong place to put it. And then if you put the isometric here, it looks upside down. There's something we did wrong when we made the part that made that happen. Okay, so it turns out the views are in the wrong places. So I think I can just move them so that they're in the right places. Yeah, see, that's beautiful. Why is nothing happening? Okay, that's beautiful. Now, the isometric view can't look like that. It cannot have hidden lines, and it cannot be just black and white. It's what's happening here? It's got to be shaded. That's the rule. Shaded and no dimensions, no hidden lines. Here's hidden lines, good. Just black and white, no shading, that's good. Now we need dimensions on this. Dimensions, where are dimensions? Right here. I probably need an overall. You like to focus your dimensions on the, is that right? Is it 40? You like to focus the dimensions on the front view if you can, the overall width and the overall height here. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. I guess is that 40? I don't know what that is. And you're not supposed to cross dimension lines, but I'm starting to panic that this is taking too long. And so you can break rules sometimes. I don't want that. I want something else. I'm going to dimension from here to here. I don't know this. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm going to dimension from here to here. Okay. That doesn't look right, but, let me escape. Was that something? Can I take that guy and bring him down here? Oh, dudes, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me undo that. Time is super ticking now. Is the audio working? Okay. There, that's a little better. The 5 goes there. I'm not going to move. It should be moving. I'm not going to move again. You don't put a dimension here because you already know 45 minus 5 minus 25 gives you this dimension. I don't know if I'm going to put any other dimensions here. Let me see if I can do this, and this. And that is not the correct angle, but I don't have time to figure it out. I don't need the 45 over here. You don't do redundant dimensions. I don't need the 40 here. You don't do redundant dimensions. But I do need these things. I do need these little things. And CDR5, yeah, it's not up there. I actually prefer it in that view. And I probably should have a dimension here, dimension here, and maybe a dimension here. I'm really not happy about this. This is not going well. All right, let me get rid of that. It needs to be visually, able to understand, pretty easy visually. I already have the 40 here, which is the width of the cylinder. Do I need this? Do I need that? I think this is good. I think I've got enough dimensional information here. Actually, I don't have this. I don't have that. And I don't have this. There. I'm gonna stick with that. I know it doesn't look the way the other one does, but again, I'm trying to represent the part with the minimum number of dimensions. There's time to wrap it up, dudes, which is time to wrap it up for me too, of course. And so now that I've got this, I probably should save it. I don't have time. I'm starting to panic. I need to snip it. Snipping tool, new, snip my work. There's my work. I like to save it on the desktop. And because I don't have time, I'm just going to put 1.2.5 IED WBM part 1. And I don't even know if I spelled my, yeah, I did not even spell my initials. And then save that. And let's end it there. Wrap it up. Finish your last step. Why is nothing happening? Finish your last step. Don't save it. I don't care. Finish your last step. Get packed up. Let's go. I gotta stop this recording. And so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to stop the recording. I'm trying. I am absolutely trying to stop the recording and nothing's happening. How about I stop the share? Oh, there's me. And I'm going to stop the recording. Bye-bye.